All right, fellas. And if there's any ladies out there watching too, I don't want to forget you. So this is my 357 XP. I've had one heck of a time with it. Air leak after air leak and carburetor problems and everything. I believe I've got it all sorted. So it's been ported up by me. I can't remember exactly what the numbers are. I think it's 102 on the exhaust, 80 on the intake, and 120 on the transfers. I think that's what it is, and it's got a healthy timing advance too. But let's get it fired up and see if it tunes up and see if it cuts in the wood, see if it develops an air leak like it has been doing. I do believe it's sorted though. We'll see. See, what the hell? See what it's doing? Okay, if I can ever get it to run right, this thing's got great power. It feels fantastic. It's got to be the carburetor. Feels like what it's doing is it's running out of fuel. Under full throttle, it's fine, but if you let it sit there and idle, it can't pump enough fuel at idle. That's what seems like is going on. I went all through that carburetor too. Now, clearly I think there's still an issue with the carburetor, but help me figure out what it is. It could just very well be the fuel filter. I'm just now thinking of this right now. Let's see if I can reach in there and pull the fuel filter off. Let's just see. I can touch it, but I can't get to it. Shit. It could just be the fuel filter at this point, at least. It's just like it's running out of fuel. Could be maybe something going on with the needle valve. Maybe it's the spring has too much tension. Because at this point now, I mean, this thing's new from top to bottom. Right, new bearings, new seals, new piston, new ring, new intake bracket. The carburetor was leaking. It wouldn't hold pressure. I got that fixed. But now it seems like it's running out of fuel at idle. All right, I'm gonna do just a couple more cuts with it because I mean, I want to run it. It freaking runs stellar. Hopefully it's just that fuel filter. The tank vent couldn't possibly be the problem because it's happening too fast. I just opened it up and relieved or added any pressure that it may have needed, and it just did it again. So it's got to be that it's running out of fuel. So if you guys have suggestions, please put that down in the bottom, in the comments section. The chain is a C83 that I have sharpened 2 or 3 times, and I gotta say, I'm really starting to get the hang of sharpening chains. If it's not faster than a stock C83 out of the box, then it's probably close. It's cutting really nice, and I'm very happy with that. So I just had this thing all apart and put it all back together, and I have learned that the way to do this chassis, if you got to do that intake and stuff, just take that cylinder all the way off with the carb and boot and everything still attached to it. That's definitely the best way to go about messing with these things. I know we don't like to just take the cylinder off and everything, but it's so much easier if you just go ahead and take it all off, because dealing with anything on the carburetor intake and stuff, I mean the carburetor, you can take the carburetor off by itself, but if you're messing with that intake boot at all, take it apart, and whenever you reassemble everything, reassemble it, the intake boot, the carburetor, the air filter manifold, everything, and then put it all back together as one unit. Really works out primo if you do it that way. The saw runs fantastic aside from at idle running out of fuel. So if you guys have any suggestions, this has the stock carburetor on it. It's all an OEM saw except for a couple little things here and there, like the brake flag. This clutch cover right here is from a 460 Rancher, and has potential to be a great saw, but I got to get it to idle. All right, moving on. I've got another saw here to test that you guys probably won't see until tomorrow, but I'm excited about it. I might as well tell you, it's the FCO 6510. I ported it up